Hello everyone, this is Ahmad Makhlouf. Let's continue talking about this Microsoft Excel series. Are you ready? Let's get started. Welcome to the fifth lesson in this series. Today we will talk about how you can format cells in Excel. As we said in previous lessons, the Home tab, as we see, consists of several options. These options are called the Home ribbon. The ribbon is subdivided into a number of groups. For example, clipboard, font, alignment, number, styles, cells. Beside each group name, we will find a small square that contains an arrow. If you click on this one, a dialog box will be popped up that represents the options that control the formatting of this group. If you hover your cursor over an icon, a pop-up box will appear with a description of this icon, what it does, and if it has a shortcut to implement the function. Now let's go for the very famous groups in the Home tab. The font group. In the font group, we can find the font name. You can select the cell, hit the drop-down menu and change the font name, and the font name will change. The font size, this drop-down menu will control the font size. You can quickly increase the font size using this tab or decrease the font size using this icon. Bold, you can select any cell and press on the bold and the text will be bold, or the content, whether text, number, whatever, will be bold. You can do this by the shortcut Ctrl B. By clicking the B, you will activate the bold, and another click will deselect the option and undo it. The same applies for italic, so you hit this I icon and or Ctrl I, and the content will be italic. The underline, you will hit this icon or Ctrl U and the content will be underlined. And talk about the fill colors, which is an important formatting option. You will hit this area and just select the background color you wanted. If you want to remove the color, you have to select no fill. The font color or the text color, you have to select this option and go through different font colors. Talking about the border icon here, we have a long list. We can select any cell we want like to modify its borders and have many options here. Most commonly is the all borders or no borders if you would like to remove all the borders, or custom borders like bottom border, top border, left border, right border. And also you can use outside border or thick outside borders for maybe some headings, whatever you may need. Another thing here is draw border. We are talking about customized borders, so you can use the draw borders and erase borders section. In these draw borders, I suggest you first decide your line color under this menu and line style, and then select draw border. By selecting draw border, you can make whatever border shape you want to achieve. So you just hit on the line you want to format, and the border will be drawn if you left clicked on the line. To erase borders manually, you have to select the erase border and you just hit the line and click and the border will be erased. Going to the alignment group, we will have several options. We will have some options for the vertical alignment and some options for the horizontal alignment. Let's talk about the vertical alignments. We have top, we have middle, we have bottom align. So this text here, if we click on the top, the text will be pushed to the top of the cell, and here in the middle it will be in the middle, and here bottom it will be pushed to the bottom of the cell. Going to the horizontal alignment, this text here is left aligned, this one is center aligned, this one is aligned to right. Going to the orientation, which is the AB icon here, we have a list, but most importantly what you may need is rotate text up. So we can try it. You select the cell, rotate text up, and you see the orientation is written upwards like this one. And if you deselect it, it will go as before. The indent controls the space between the text and the borders of the cell. So if you select this cell and increase the indent, the space will increase between the text and the cell border, and again you can decrease it to default. Here this one is text direction. You will use it especially if you will change languages to maybe left to right is the common one to use in English Excel sheets. Right to left, you might use it if you change to another language like the Arabic language, which is written from right to left. Then we can go to wrap text. Wrap text. Let's explain what's wrap text here. This is an example to explain wrap text. So by hitting enter, where is the rest of the text here? Yes, it is shown here in the content but not displayed. Why? Because the column width is narrower than the text. We have too long text to be displayed within this small column width. To correct that, you click on the cell and you go to the wrap text and you hit it, and the text will be divided into multiple lines within the same column width. Another shortcut that I might use is Alt plus Enter. So if you have this line here and you would like to send the text starting from enter to a new line inside the cell to the next line, you don't want it on the same line, so if you write enter, the whole selection will go from this cell to the cell below it. So enter alone will not make it to the next line inside the cell. What you have to do is to click on where you want to do the next line inside the cell and hit Alt plus Enter at the same time, and the line will be pushed down inside the cell. Another option you might use it a lot in editing is merge. So if you have two cells like these ones, you just hit merge and center, and the two cells will become one and the text will go to the center automatically. If you want to undo it, you just hit unmerge cells. Going to the number group, we have a variety of options here. The first one is about that cell format. So the cell format, you have a list here, and again if you click on this one here, you will have the dialog box that shows the category of cell formats. And a third place to bring the same result is to hit right click and go to format cells, and the same box will come to you. So what are the different categories of the cell formats? The content of the cell can be general, can be number, can be currency, can be, for example, date, can be time, and these are the most common types of the formats. Of course, if you pick date, you have different types of the date. Like these examples, you can select whatever you want. You can change the currency as well. So if you have a number here and you wanted to make it a currency, for example 35, you want to add dollars, so you go here and you go to currency and you change to dollars, for example, and you hit OK, and the dollar sign will be added here. Talking about the percent style, so if you have a fraction like this 0.2 and you want to convert to a percent, you have to hit the percent icon here and it will be 20%. Comma style, if you have big numbers like this number 20,000 and you would like to separate the thousands for easy reading, you just hit the comma style and a comma is added to separate thousands in the number. Decimal, you can have a number here and if you go increase decimal, a decimal will be added, and decrease decimal, a decimal will be subtracted. The last thing I want to cover in this video is the table formats. Here you have a data range you'd like to format as a table, so you will go to the styles group and you hit whatever style you want, and this dialog box will show up, and if your first row is the header row, you have to make sure that you checked this icon, my table has headers, and you hit OK, and automatically the data range will be converted into a nicely looking table. Remember that you can change this table design and format any point in the future. Automatically Excel will add a filter to the headings of the table for easy selection of the data. What if you want to change the format that you just made? You just, when you click anywhere in this table, a new tab up here is called table design. You just hit on this and go to table styles, and if you click this down arrow, this one below, you can change instantly the table to give the look that you want in one click. Suppose you want to return the table into a normal data range, it's not a table anymore, you will go to the table design and go in the tools group to convert to range, and the whole table will be converted to range again. Well, this concludes this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Bye for now.